This episode of Superhero Subtember contains bullying of a player character by other player characters. Chapter markings have been made available for those who would prefer not to be exposed to such content. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello everyone. Welcome to the third and final game of Superhero Subtember. Meet our wonderful final group. This is going to be one heck of a ride. First, reprising Professor Penumbra, we have JC Darcy.
Hi. Yippee.
Second, reprising Third Eye, child of that Tulu, we have Glazer.
Yo.
Third, reprising Top Rope, what happens if a back alley wrestler gets superpowers, by Lamadikama. And I don't think I'm pronounced that correctly.
Whatever, we'll get to that later. What's up, everyone?
Then we have Hex. Once again, potentially the child of an abomination, played by Crow.
Hi. Wait, okay, she wouldn't appreciate you calling her an abomination. More like Queen of the... Oh, wait, I can't say that word?
Yes.
Oh, I can't pronounce that. Oh.
Mom Thulu.
Okay, maybe Mom Thulu. That sounds a lot better. Rebranding.
Mommy Hotep.
Mommy Hotep.
Yes, it does fit.
And lastly, but certainly not least, with amazing makeup, if I should say so myself, Skylark by Rosie.
Hello.
Look at that cartoon
That's
makeup.
me. Oh, wow.
I really like that. Oh wait, I'm not masked. Ah. Okay, that looks incredibly weird. Let's. And I will be your GM, this time not to be taken over by Professor Penumbra. Tavernaut.
That's what you think.
Howdy, hi, everyone. And I mean, this is only true until Darcy decides, no, fuck it, he's doing it wrong, and just types take over, the takeover command in chat, and suddenly I get replaced by Darcy.
I do still have it in my clipboard, so if I copy paste, then you're out of here. Behave.
I have bad news for you. That one only worked on the game 2 scene.
Curse you!
Prepared. I mean, if you pay Mole enough, you can still do a palace coup. Because he is in the same house right now.
You, give me his number. Give me his number.
He's on Discord. Anyway, before we begin, there's 2 things I wanted to get out of the way. No plugs for myself. I'll plug at the end of the stream. But we are doing a fundraising for the National Network of Abortion Funds, which is an amazing charity that works with local charities to do direct action support, allowing for closing financial and logistical barriers to abortions. So they are doing wonderful work that is incredibly needed right now. So if you want to... No, don't say sorry for saying that the music is too loud. I need to say sorry for fucking that up every time. But if you want to donate, there's a link in chat right now where you can spend money to have shit happen on stream, make me do things, help these wonderful people that will need all the help they can get against Professor Penumbra. We spent some time building her. She's nasty. They'll need all the help they can get. Also, Hex, you're getting advanced by Gascinator, so enjoy that. Now, before and with that out of the way, donations set. Before we truly begin, I would like to start another giveaway, and this one is for the mystery grand prize, which I can now announce is 2 sets of dice plus one of the dice scrolls from Phoenix Dice. So giveaway grand prize. No, Siri, I most certainly could not. If you want to enter that, hit !enter now. It'll be up for the rest of this game. So get yourself some dice, you dice goblin, you.
If I win, I will officially give one set of dice to Leon because he deserves it.
If Leon wins, he keeps the dice because he's a dice goblin.
If I win, I'm keeping the dice.
Anyway, with all that out of the way, let's begin. It has been a few weeks since Professor Penumbra went full mask off during demonstrations against, honestly, what was for the own good of the people of this Halcyon city. A few weeks since Third Eye had their dad come in to wreck stuff. It's been a few weeks that you three have been spending in a safe house away from harm. Waiting, biding your time for some way to deal with Professor Penumbra. And it looks like some of your heroic friends have figured out just that. Also, we just got another donation from... Yeah, set this to live. Why does it keep turning off the live thing? Panic. From Anne to give one team pool and a shout out to Dat Thulu and Monthulu. They should get set up on a date or something.
My dad, Thulu, is very loyal to my mom. Just want to make that clear. But I think he could be convinced with a polyamorous relationship. So I'm just saying.
Polythulu?
Polythulu.
Polythulu.
So would you say that would be a little polythule?
I'm going to mark the angry condition in a moment if you don't stop.
In that case, I have done all I needed to do. But yes, as you are being kind of cooped up, how are you all handling that? Let's start with Hex.
Well, first of all, Hex did not appreciate being sent to detention, but also being sent to detention for being amazing. Like, that was bad. And then I got to end up in a low middle class safe house. He's gone full like he's in his villain era at this point, like just full on. I think we should destroy the world. Listen, they took my friend, they put us in detention, they took my leather jacket, my favorite one, and they have more social media followers than I have. I feel like I don't care how this ends. Villain era.
Come over to my side. This is what I'm saying.
Oh no, but Penumbra's going down. There can only be one. Like this whole superhero thing, I'm done with that. I'm taking them down.
We have a star scream. We have a star scream.
He's going through it.
And how is Top Rope feeling with all this?
Somewhere between, just spent the last couple of weeks thoroughly confused because what we did was right, A, B, we were good at it, and it landed us in detention, and we've got to essentially lay low for doing nothing wrong right now.
To be fair, the laying low is more to protect yourself from the fascist state.
Well, yeah, that's the whole point. Like,
Detention
I
is
don't know
fascism.
about hero or villain or whatever these two are talking about, but clearly, like, trying to be an actual superhero is you just become a cop, and nobody wants to be a cop.
Reasonable. And finally, Glazer, how is Third Eye handling all of this?
Third Eye is sequestered away because they're talking to their dad at the moment, and they don't want to cause a lot of harm to the people around them. Clearly remembering what had happened a couple of weeks ago, and Third Eye is talking about the proper etiquette of not doing that again, and is telling my dad, we had this conversation a while ago. You can't just take over my body because it causes a lot of harm. It causes a lot of problems. Like what had happened to, you almost killed some of my friends. And then Dad Dulu is like, I already told you I'm sorry. I really didn't mean it. I'm like, I understand that you don't want me to die, but like, I also don't want my other friends to die. Gotcha! So.
Perfect. So, you have been cooped up together. How are you all handling the other? I don't know whether to call you heroes, rogues.
I mean, honestly, Third Eye is just keeping to themselves for now. When they did see Hex, Dad Thulu's like, I know that kid, and it was just like, that's it. And I was like, I don't know, like who that, whatever. But that is the feeling that Dad Thulu implanted in Third Eye's mind as soon as they saw Hex.
Hex has been making gear and other stuff. Like the other two will probably see him kind of run back and forth and just go into this part of the room, take out like a bunch of sewing kit, come back from another room. There's a bunch of like Kevlar vests, and he comes back from another room. He's taken all the knives and all the sharp metal objects from that room, and it's just a back and forth thing. And if anyone the camera were to watch, it's just a montage of him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and then finally he just gets tired, like all the work that I'm doing, and I can't get no support around in this house. Hello?
Do either of you try to help him?
Oh, I'm too busy talking to my dad. So if you're paying attention to me every time you look at me, I don't know, maybe Hex doesn't get as much of a problem because you are you are related to another Thulu. Maybe you don't see the bleeding that's happening around the eyes of Third Eye. But definitely, Top Rope, if you look at me while I'm talking to Dad Thulu, you will see that there is bleeding around Third Eye's eyes and a slit over the middle of her every time. Like it doesn't stay all the time, but every time Dad Thulu is talking to her, though, that is what you see.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of. I think I would wind up helping Hex, and the way that I would run into Hex is seeing exactly that, and it's like, you see, that's why not villain, because these people take it entirely too far, and I'm storming off and just talking to myself and going into the linen closet and coming out with a bunch of tablecloths and bed sheets, and the first thing I do is I cover every just mirror and screen that is lying around this place, because that was messed up, and we're not repeating that. We're not leaving reflective or projecting surfaces just lying about this time.
Hey, bro, we don't have time. Oh my.
Hey, no, that was weird. It was weird.
We're weird. That's the whole point. I don't have. They're bleeding all over the place, and I got to clean that up. I will have to clean. Oh, where's Goon?
No, I thought that
Probably
was part
saying
of,
I'm
like,
dead.
No,
the
you
deep
can't.
impact
You,
thing, like
it's
you clean up your own blood.
technically, this isn't real blood. It's just what you're seeing. So don't worry about it. You can just ignore it.
Ew.
It'll disappear when Dad stops talking to me. Don't worry about it. You know how you know how it works.
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't have these problems with Mom.
No,
Mom
I don't.
it's usually Dad I have the problem with.
I see.
It's about he shouldn't. Why hasn't he contacted me? Like, oh, my child is out here and there's a fascist regime looking for them. Not even a phone call to say you're proud of me? Really? All right.
Do you want him to be proud of you?
I mean,
This is kind of his dream right here.
That you would be chased down by a fascist, or that you want to be a part of the Which one is it?
No, not want to be the no. He was more of the one that would just be like, "I'm destroying the system. My magic will blase
down with the
blase."
man.
Yeah, but like, yeah, I wouldn't take his word with a grain of salt. After all, he says that, but at the same time, capitalism. So like, I wouldn't take him seriously on that end. But that's not the point. Not the point. Plan of action. What are we supposed to do? Because I can't stay in this house any longer.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
You say that. You actually, yeah, you guys have a TV, and it's just running in the background. And suddenly it goes to breaking news as a prisoner escape is happening at the well, never mind. Helicopters flying over the prisoner escape, looking down as people are streaming from the building, and then suddenly the prison does and squats down into like this a tiny pinprick before disappearing altogether. And you see a fidget spinner style rotorcraft fly away from it as people are running away.
What the fuck? They're doing cool stuff and they haven't checked on me this whole time? That's
You
it.
want to go
We're going.
out?
Yeah, we're out of here.
All right, cool.
See Hex dragging a sword like, we're going. I got the cards. I have a sword. I have a new outfit. I have a bat. I don't know how to use the bat though. That was for Goon. It was our anniversary present. For anniversary present. It would be a week ago.
Hey.
Professor gotta go.
Yep.
She's dead. They're dead.
Who
Just-
died?
You and what army?
Somebody
no,
died.
Well, I don't know if they're dead or not. They could be just kidnapped, or they could be on vacation. I don't know. I don't know where Goon is.
Cool.
Yeah, as you leave the safety of your safe house, you start. Do you start heading towards the prison to see that, or are you heading somewhere else?
Third Eye. I know that somewhere deep inside you, you have a plan.
I'm probably just gonna go. And I know I told my dad not to take over, but I'm probably just gonna use Dad to like destroy some shit.
Yeah, battle royale.
Wait, I
On
have
that
something then.
bombshell, I am going to switch perspectives because we see, where is Professor Penumbra holed up right now? Is she in the Halcyon Academy for Heroes? Is she in City Hall?
I think all habits die hard. I think she's still in the academy. This is where she has planned and executed this entire plan from. This is where she feels comfortable. This is where she feels powerful. So yeah, she's in
Cool.
her office.
Yeah, there's more and more functionaries running around now because you're all still controlling the entire thing from you're now controlling the Halcyon City from a school, which
As it should be.
dream of every principal.
Mm.
As this is going on, Skylark, you were summoned by the headmistress. You're still a part of the school, staying there for what reason?
Why am I staying at the school
Yes.
specifically? I think she doesn't know exactly what she's doing because like she's always wanted to be a hero, but also the heroes that she's been around recently are kind of going against what she has idolized in her head. So she's like, maybe villain and hero is all just a title, but a high school diploma or something sure would be nice. So I'm already like here. I'm just gonna finish it out, get my credits, and I'm gonna see if they'll transfer to either villain or hero college. We'll see.
Cool. Yeah, so you knock on Professor Penumbra's door, a large mahogany door with a single intimidating placard that reads, Professor Penumbra, Headmistress.
Come in.
Do you want me to role play now? Is that what we're doing
I'm
now?
switching perspectives between the two locations.
I would love for you to tell me exactly what this conversation is supposed to be about, so then I could role play it from there. I don't know what you want me to say. I could just talk to JC for like 10 minutes. I would be so happy.
Hey, how you doing? You okay?
Hey, I'm doing so good. Oh man, everybody's so exciting. Wow. Is this good, Tab? Is this good for your charity show?
I
Like,
honestly feel so attacked right now.
Is this like me coming to her just like from the school, like, hey, I'm cool and on the journalism club and I can, I don't know, do something exciting for you. I can write down, I can be your, what do they call it? A scribe. Like, hey, the
Your
next
loyal
like
scribe?
yeah, I know that you're a bad guy or whatever. It's okay. Listen,
I mean,
but
honestly, I figured that like all the students who have met Professor Penumbra, they were summoned. You were summoned by Professor Penumbra. However, I didn't think further ahead about why she might want to talk to you. But that's also what I have Darcy for. Darcy is my second brain cell.
That's a terrible burden to bear.
yeah.
I will shout, come in. Stop keeping me waiting.
Ah, geez. I'm so sorry, headmistress. I am. So anyway, I'm glad that you did call me here today because, okay, so you know how I'm on the oh geez, prepositions are hard, aren't they? I'm in the journalism club. And, I know you're out there doing a lot of stuff out in the city. I know you're busy in the city, Professor Penumbra. And I would just figured, it might be nice to have someone with a bit of a literary mind to, write down some notes, maybe some good one-liners. I have heard you're great at those, headmistress.
Are you finished?
Yes, ma'am. I'm so sorry.
Stop. You're not in trouble.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I've brought you here because I appreciate very much you sticking around, giving me your loyalty in these trying times. Can I trust you, Skylark?
Yes, ma'am, of course. Of course you can trust me. I know I'm talking a lot right now. I'm just so nervous. I've never been so close to you, ma'am, and you're so beautiful.
That's true, but irrelevant. I have your grades here. She like opens up a manila folder. I see you've been doing very well in certain classes. Certain classes that I myself excelled at when I was a student here. I see great potential in you. I wonder if I may entrust you with a task.
Oh, sure. Absolutely, ma'am. I would be glad to do anything.
Very good. Things have been going very well. And she like turns in her spinning chair and like steeples the fingers. Things have been going very well. But there is a crack in this plan. A group of meddlers complicated things the other day. I need them found and stopped. And what they took, well, I need to make sure that they can never put it into use.
How can I be of service?
I want you to find them. I want you to tell me where this device is. I want you to stop
perfect.
it being handed over to the people who are apparently going to use it.
Oh, well, is it a mechanical device, ma'am?
It is indeed. It was stolen from an Aegis research facility.
Do you happen to know the approximate the frequency that the sound is on? Because if you can just tell me that, I can find that for you, no problem. It's kind of what I do.
Unfortunately not. This is where your skills come in.
Okay, I'll try. Can you you know how when your car's having a problem and you got to bring it into the shop? Can you make the sound that it makes for me, and then I can kind of woo, 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 you know what I'm saying? If you just can you give me a chugga 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 or I don't know what it sounds like, so you got to give me something, and then I can do the rest.
It is a hard light device.
Yeah.
It was stolen
Okay,
from
so
Aegis.
that kind
Yes.
of. Okay, perfect.
Yes.
Just writing it down. I'm listening. I'm also just writing. I'm multitasking. I'm sorry.
That's an excellent skill for you to have. You'll go far, I fear.
Okay, so find the device. Anything else?
Oh, if you could kill all the people who have it, that would be incredibly wonderful,
Jeez.
but I don't expect you to go that far.
Oh, golly. That's a bit of an ask, but I'll try my darndest.
Do your research, find out what you can find, and let me know. I'll be there as backup if you need me.
Of course, man.
So
Maybe talk a little less as you do this. Discretion will be paramount.
When I'm in my superhero uniform, I don't do a lot of talking. This is it's a secret. Okay, bye.
I regret nothing. However, as that happens, the camera pans, and we pan back to Third Eye, Top Rope, and Hex. Hex, you had a plan.
Okay, all right. Wait, you're about to say something.
Oh, I was just saying that I know Dad isn't listening right now because I told him to fuck off for a little bit. But I am planning on just relying on Dad to really mess shit up if you need it.
Oh, then I have the perfect thing for all of us. Okay. So while you guys were having other existential crises that weren't mine, and I don't care, I was making things. Stay right here. Stay. Don't move. And he just runs off to the back room. And he comes back, throws a leather jacket at Third Eye. I made this, and pulls out a card. Use this. Only in emergencies, though.
Okay.
So, with your dad's power and my mom's power combined,
We
The
form Voltron.
Thulus.
yes. Also use this. And he hands a shiny mirror-like card. That's just to make sure that the whole world doesn't end. So putting a little glass shield around everything so we don't all die when you do it.
Gotcha. You're saying this card can nerf my dad's destructo modes?
Glass one, yes. The other card amplified by a lot.
Sweet. We're gonna have to talk about this one.
Oh yeah, I've been working
Yeah,
on
I
that since I was a kid.
Perfect. I need more of this eventually, because that will definitely work for a lot of things.
Great.
And I
Also,
put it in my little pocket.
he just, without even looking at tightrope, just chucks a whole box at tightrope. All right, I redid your uniform without asking. Shoes included.
So your character's either the best friend or the worst friend.
One, it's more agile. Two, it looks so much better because your last thing was raggedy and I hated that uniform. I've hated it since we've had class together, and this was an opportunity to do something about that.
I mean, it wasn't even, it was kind of the uniform of Theseus. I just thrifted whatever got set on fire between missions.
Ew.
As
But
you
no,
say
thanks.
this, your phone beeps. Specifically,
What's wrong?
X. Did you pick it up? It's Goon. A message from Goon, specifically.
Oh.
A couple of images sent your way. The first one is a selfie in front of the building, in front of the superhero, the research facility. That goes. We're going to free a friend. Miss you. Then a second one that is a picture of a woman with a black baseball bat that goes, I wanted one of those. Then a picture of a device that says, got a thing for you. Can you stop Penumbra? And then a final message that says, check the news. And as you check the news, Seraphim, known hero, has gone nuclear and blown up an Aegis research facility, specifically the one that Goon just sent a picture from.
Anarchy. And guys, it's go time. We got to go get a device, and then I got to go smash the professor with a baseball bat. And then
the professor? Which one are we talking about?
all of them. We're going to smash all of them with a baseball bat.
Got it.
So,
they're actually pretty bad from what I've experienced.
Yeah,
So-
they kind of suck. So
They do, especially that golden kid, whatever his name is.
mhm.
Total dick.
Okay, all right, game plan. And he's like, and you just watch him doing up his face and putting on his new outfit. Okay, first things first, we have to go and get a device from Goon. We go get the device. Second thing, we use the device. And then thirdly, we beat everyone up with a baseball bat. And for profit, I think. I don't know. I don't know how this good guy thing works at the end.
Yeah, is that all we have to do?
Sure.
He checks the messages again. Let me see. Okay, get the device. Use the device. Make sure Professor Numbra knows how we really feel with baseball bats. Nope. I think that's everything.
No, I was being weird. This magic stuff's easy. Let's go.
reasonable.
Wait. Are we flying there, driving there? I gotta know so
You
I
want
can
to
go get
teleport?
us.
I'm gonna ask Dad.
Yes, let's teleport.
Cool.
Okay.
Um,
That sounds like you're unleashing your powers.
I am. I'm going to unleash my powers to ask my dad. Hey, Dad, can you teleport us?
I thought you didn't want my help.
Dad, I just found us a way so you can come here and go on dates with Mom. Now is not the time to, like, be petty.
Okay, fine.
All right, so I'm gonna roll it.
Yes.
There we go. I don't have to add anything like angry or whatever, right?
Only if it says so.
I mean,
And
it's success.
unleashing your powers, no. I don't think you have to add your angry. I think your angry goes on to goes against provoke or support.
Yeah.
So you don't have to subtract here. But yes, you. How does this? How does the teleport transport work?
Where are we teleporting to? We're teleporting to that research facility, right?
That's what it looks like.
Sure.
Can you give me the address? I need to put it into my brainwaves.
Hole in the ground 5, hole lane.
Sweet. All right. So I'm gonna close my eyes and I am going to summon a couple of things. You see on the ground, little, like, the ground itself looks like it's bubbling, and like it looks like the ground is boiling, but it's not hot. But that's like a circle around is boiling, and then 3 tentacles pop out. And I'm gonna go, all right, you guys, you need to hold on to the tentacles, kind of like a connection thing. I'm sorry, it feels kind of weird, but I don't know what to tell you. My dad is Cthulhu. I'm when you do hold on to it, it feels like you're being pulled apart, but not in a bad way, more of like in a relaxing massage way, but you are being pulled apart. That's what it feels like. So, are you guys ready? Correct. It is like being drunk.
Hold on. Apply mascara. Like, I'm definitely not gonna go out there with my face looking bad. I'm just like, no, just give me a second. He's gonna grab onto one tentacle and do it.
As that is happening, we move over to Skylark, who, well, you are now also searching for the device, right?
Yes, I'm using my incredible hearing skills. I have sound-based powers, so she's using her obviously incredible skill to take the very small amount of information that she was given about this device. She was given a nod about the ooh woo woo. So she's got her eyes closed and her hands like kind of like cupped backwards against her ears, and she's trying to take out any sound that's not an ooh woo. She's like, I gotta find the ooh woos. I gotta find those ooh woos.
Okay, that sounds like you're unleashing your powers. So give me an unleashing your powers roll.
Okay, that's the wrong one. Unleash your power. Please let me roll. Did it pop up? No, it didn't.
I did see you roll, but I didn't.
Did
see
I?
It. Yeah.
Oh,
I
it didn't
saw a
pop
roll
up for
happening.
me.
I saw
Yeah,
it
I
roll
saw the
3 and
nat roll.
5.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, I saw it roll 3 and 5. And what is your plus to that? You have a -1 to
Two.
read. So
Yes. I don't know why I didn't.
So that means you have a partial success, which means that it's either unstable or temporary. Unstable means your power is going to do something weird that might cause trouble. Temporary means that it just won't work for a long time. Which one do you want?
Well,
I get to describe how it is temporary or unstable.
I mean, like, when you say like that the power will be temporary, do you mean like the totality of her powers in general? Because like this is just like a section. It's like, yeah, if she can't use the specific part of her power anymore, that's fine.
No, the temporary would be that she's able to track it for a while, but then it disappears of her tracking. And the I already know what is going to happen if you go with unstable.
I mean, unstable to me would be more interesting because she's focusing so hard. She's not realizing that she's like also emitting energy instead of just like trying to absorb it. It's like she's focusing so hard that it's like other things are happening.
I already have a perfect way to do this, so unstable it is.
Yes.
So, as I'm going to use a GM move to bring you all together. As Third Eye, Top Rope, and Hex, you appear in the crater of what was once research facility Omega 01. There is, in fact, a device in there. However, as you are just bamfing out of the ground with the Cthulhu tentacles, we move back to Skylark, who is just absolutely narrow-mindedly moving towards the because while the device isn't on, it is making like very soft standby sounds, which she has definitely tapped into. However, and here's the unstable bit, Hex, Top Rope, Third Eye, you suddenly see another student just blind to the three of you, blind to the tentacles, blind to the utter chaos, just walk straight in a straight line towards the hard light apparatus.
I think that's the device that we need to take, correct?
That's the only device I see.
I'm going to put out a tentacle to like not hurt Skylark, but like more of like stop Skylark, just like a wall of tentacles. It's soft, but there is a wall suddenly appearing in front of Skylark.
Yeah, so Skylark, you suddenly run into something squishy and moist as you run into a wall of tentacles. And now when you look around, suddenly you see other students from the Halcyon City Academy for Heroic Youngsters, although not the most heroic of them. As you see Hex, Top Rope, and Third Eye.
With a leather jacket.
Hello, fellow heroic students. It is excellent to make your acquaintance.
What are you doing here?
I'm sure you noticed the woo.
I'm sorry, are you trying to flirt with me?
No, I mean the alien is not here.
Yeah, I don't understand. What? Ooh,
No. Yes, it is a blaringly loud sound. The woo being the sound of the device. My fellow heroes, can you not hear it? The woo, as it were.
I'm gonna go talk to my dad. Dad? You didn't do anything weird with the tentacles, right? There's nothing weird about it, right? You didn't break her brain, right? I don't think so. I think it's just how she talks. Cool.
Aw. Hi.
That didn't hurt my feelings at all. I have great self-confidence.
Oh, okay. Hi, honey. Listen, while it would be fun to bully you, we have a thing we have to go pick up, and we don't have time for ooh woo. So I'm just gonna go and grab it and let you
Yeah.
go off and do whatever you gotta go do. It was nice meeting you. Bye. God, I
Yeah.
hate that outfit. Oh, you can still hear me. I'm sorry.
I
Thanks.
have
Wait.
incredible hearing. Thank you for not knowing a single thing about me or asking before you made me cry.
I didn't even know you went to our school, to be honest. I've never seen you before.
Professor, can you come pick me up?
Wait, whoa,
Whoa,
Professor.
whoa, whoa, Professor!
Whoa.
And I grab
Okay.
the tentacle away, like the phone away.
Okay,
I'm yelling at the phone. All I did was come for the ooh woos and they start making fun of me.
I crushed the phone.
Okay, I don't know what this is. That sounds like a
It's bullying is what it is, Tav.
Okay, yes, that too. I'm trying to figure out what specific kind of bullying it is to make sure that the phone doesn't call Professor Penumbra. I guess directly engaging a threat? Question mark.
I guess.
Yeah.
Skylark does not have a direct line to Professor Penumbra. You don't need to worry. As if I would give her my personal number.
It's for her front office, and
Yeah.
they put me to the voicemail of the assistant, not even of her. So it's just, and
But
it
we
cuts
didn't
off
know
halfway
that.
through. So it's just like,
Well, we didn't know that.
Yeah.
So I'm still gonna crush
Yeah, and even if it doesn't directly go to Professor Penumbra, it'll find its way to her eventually, and that is big trouble for the three of you. So
He's always
Hey,
watching.
Professor, that annoying Nebraskan girl called for you again. Do you want to do anything about that?
I mean,
really, really don't. No.
So I rolled a partial success.
Okay, so trade blows doesn't really make much sense to me because I don't think Skylark is going to hit you in the face for messing with her phone, right?
No, I'm just gonna cry about it. That's $600 in this economy. Are you kidding me?
So I'm going to say that, well, you take something from them. You get to do that. So you take the phone.
Yeah, I do take
you
the
are on
phone and
time.
then I crush it. Destroy the phone.
$600 in this economy?
You said your name was Skylark.
At this point, I don't even remember. You guys are so mean to me.
I'm sorry. I didn't
I don't
mean
even
to be.
I had this whole thing. I'm just trying to be cool. Listen, I have a whole sad origin story. I'm adopted.
Great.
I'm an orphan, and it's
Mhm.
you're supposed
So
to
wait,
be
are you adopted and then your parents died? Because that's like double
Listen, you
dead.
don't understand how it works. You can't even understand. She's literally like weeping.
Okay. All right.
Wait.
Oh, yeah.
Your parents first gave you up for adoption and then died to get away from you. We definitely take advice. I'm sorry. All right, I'm sorry.
No, I think Pex, it was
Listen.
her parents, her real biological parents, gave her up for adoption. She was adopted. The parents who adopted her died. That's why she's an orphan.
Oh, damn. Your adopted
I know,
parents
right?
died to get away from you too? Wow, I hate to see it.
No, I'm a double orphan. You don't have
Both
to
of
bring it
them
up and
died.
say it in literally the
Well,
meanest
is
way
it
possible.
Like
Oh,
Did
poor
you kill
God.
them?
Oh, Jesus, right in heaven.
are you like?
Oh,
I'm just
Heavenly
wondering if,
Father,
like,
please protect me.
are you in on some kind of like scholarship for like tragic
Oh,
backstories?
God. Jesus
like-
Christ of Nazareth. I can't believe this place. See, look, here, no, I'm going to interrupt you. Because now it's me. It's my turn. It's Samantha's turn, okay? Okay.
Your name is
so listen.
Samantha.
Yes, my name is Samantha, okay? Everybody
very
knows
nice
that.
name.
You think I just go around town named Skylark with an E in the middle? Who does that? No, it's a superhero. It's a persona. Have you ever heard of it? Anyway, it's Samantha's time to talk. I was supposed to come over here and grab the uwu machine, but then everybody out of nowhere, I didn't even do a single thing. I didn't do one single thing, and all of a sudden everyone's being mean to me, and you're the heroes? I had this whole plan on my way over here about things and good and evil, and now I don't know a single thing. I gotta tell you, I feel conflicted. And I'd like an ice cream. But here we are.
I would like to do provoke someone.
We're gonna fucking fist fight.
What are you trying to achieve? How are you going to make it worse?
Try to distract them enough for them while we're getting this device to tell us the plans that are happening on campus.
Oh god. Yeah, go ahead. Because Skylark is certainly completely apprised of all the
Very talkative.
Right-hand woman.
Okay, so you rolled a 9 for this?
Skylark is supposed to be
Yes.
a quiet, brooding, cool person, but Samantha Morningstock has severe anxiety.
A tiger is in fact going to eat her if this conversation doesn't go the right way.
I overreact.
Okay, so you gain influence over Skylark. So how exactly are you going to provoke her?
Oh dear. I'm going to show you to my real superpower. Sam, was it? Oh, I mean Skylark. Hi. Tell me something. Who sent you here again? The professor, was it?
No comment.
Oh, right. So the professor sent you off by yourself on a little mission to retrieve a device. Didn't send you with the other big superheroes because of your superpower was what again? Being nosy? Oh, hearing. That's what it was.
No, I can, it's with them.
Oh, and if the camera watches, it's Hex getting taller, but also like a shadowy form of Hex just lumbering over top of this poor young woman. Oh, I don't even remember who you are. You went to our campus, you went to our school. Who are you again? Not if your parents remember who you are. They couldn't even be around you. Here's the thing. Maybe
Are we the baddies?
you hand us a device. We save the world, and then we might allow you to become part of our crew. If not, you can go back to obscurity of being Skylard, Buzzard, Ballard. Oh, yes. Skyfall. Now, help us with the device here, and we'll even go and personally deliver it to her. I have a gift for her, if you will.
Okay. Scott, I'm literally like crying. I'm getting like middle school flashbacks.
I do want
Like,
to
oh,
note,
your parents today
I
own
do
a small
want to note-
business.
I do want to note that we have the X card available.
No, I'm like not like really like sad crying, but like, do you ever just feel for somebody and you're just like, I want to beat the shit out of you right now for Skylark. Just like,
As you should.
She's just a kid. She's so nice.
We need a G.I. Joe PSA break. Like, we've had a lot of fun today, kids, but bullying is wrong.
Bullying is
Bullying
wrong.
Bullying
Don't
is
make a
wrong.
nice young girl cry.
Hex is not a superhero. Bullying is wrong.
Correct. Oh, but she's just like, okay, I mean, like, I don't even remember exactly what it is. I just looked at device. as I'm still, the device. She wants it to use it. She didn't even tell me what it does. She just said, find it because of your specific set of special skills, and gave me a little pat on the head, and it made me feel good for probably the rest of my life. I'll ride that high.
I was nice.
And yeah. And she told me to come over here and, she did also say, I do remember this. She did say, take the device and activate it. And also, if you can, kill everybody in sight. But I thought that was a little bit much. But honestly, at this point in time, I think she knew exactly what she was talking about. Because had I the faculties about me, I would smite thee from this plane of existence. I'm so upset right now.
Skylark, apologies. We're a little
abrasive. Rude,
well, yeah, and
mean to nice people who want nothing
well, you
but
were
good
gonna
things to
kill
happen.
us.
well, A, yeah, that was your job, and B, I'm wondering if the professor set you up to fail because, can you do that?
Can you even kill us?
I mean, do I have the physical capability to rupture all of your organs with a single sound all at the same time? So then you all spill out like a human smoothie from all orifices? Yes, I do physically have that power, but unlike you lot of horrible, terrible people, I probably have a better moral compass and would
First of
not
all-
liquefy you.
First of all, Skylark, I adore the fact that you think you can actually do that to us. It's adorable.
Yeah, well, physically,
It's-
yes, I could. Would you like me to liquefy
it's-
just a pinky toe? I can do it from
It's-
here.
It's freaking adorable that you think you can do that to us. Second of all, you don't have to. We're just here to take the device. We'll take
Yeah.
it to her.
Hey, heroes. I have very bad news for you.
What?
I had enough of your bullying. I have donated $50 so that Skylark gets her moment of truth.
What? That's fair. That's fair, honestly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah,
We have been really mean.
Thank you. So,
We are
what
now
do
at
I get to do?
$684.
It's in your
The
playbook.
the mask is a lie, and some piece of you has always known that. Doesn't matter if others can see it. You're the one that can do the impossible. Mask off, costume on, and you're going to save the damn day. Of course, you better hope nobody nasty is watching.
That's right. I'm the nasty one. I'm the
get to
nasty
take-
one watching.
You get to take control over the narrative for a second
Beep.
to beat up some bullies.
Excellent.
You're very welcome.
So she's gonna go ahead and stop listening because she's all out of tears. She is slightly dehydrated. She doesn't drink nearly as much water as I do, so she's already all out of tears. And she's like, in her head, she's like, "Oh, they're not taking my liquefaction seriously. They don't understand the power of sound waves." I'll make them understand. I'll make them understand for sure. You betcha. They'll be understanding after this. So
no.
I would like to, if at all possible, and not in any way that would hinder rolls and at all, I would like to liquefy one small part of everyone's body on the inside.
I will volunteer my ear.
Okay, then
One
it's
of
the
my
other
ears.
ear, not the one that you
Yeah.
want, the other one.
Whichever one, it doesn't matter. I will
Perfect.
be deaf in one ear.
No. So your eardrum will rupture, and also it's now here because
Perfect.
this full of goo. Some of it's leaking out. Okay, what
Perfect.
else? Who else is getting liquefied? Who wants a toe? Who wants a finger? Someone's gonna have floppy hand. What's going on? Come on. Y'all are
I'll
getting
take a finger.
liquefied. Actions have consequences. You're getting liquefied.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of how this, what would be funny.
You can pick a peepus. You can have a loose peepus the rest of your life if you want. I can break a butt cheek.
Oh,
How
man,
many
a butt
songs?
cheek. A butt.
Exactly. One butt cheek,
Butt cheek is
a
perfect.
full foot lower than the
Well
other
said.
butt cheek.
Fair, actually. Completely
Yeah.
fair.
For what you did, just be glad it's one part.
Yes, please.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna go with a non-immediately like.
I
It's the
do.
middle toe.
I
You
do.
have
I
a
was gonna
choice.
say like a non-immediately vital organ. Have you ever pierced
Oh,
a
yeah.
Stretch Armstrong? Like
Oh God.
top rope is just like expelling corn syrup for the next like 45
I
seconds.
do want to say that it's only the Cthulhu siblings that technically bullied. Top Rope has been very quiet
No,
about
that
it.
doesn't
No,
matter.
I
Top rope was a
directly called
bystander.
out if she could pull this off.
Yeah, literally. It was like, oh, no balls. And I was like, yeah? Oh, yeah?
Look at these
No balls,
balls.
you say? Liquefied. One testicles liquefied. And yeah, that's my big break. I'm no longer a hero. This is my villain origin story, and I have liquefied one part of every person.
So which part of Hex is liquefied?
I'm gonna go with I'm gonna have to go with the butt cheek.
You're gonna have to wear a temporary butt cheek all the rest of your life.
Yeah, and compression shorts because it's a foot lower and full of liquid, so you can hear it sloshing when you're on the bus. And you can't remove the liquid. Doctors are like, I don't know what this is, and I'm honestly scared to look in there, so you're stuck with liquid butt cheek for the rest of your life. And you'll know that it's because of Skylark and your actions. You did this to yourself.
It's fine.
Yeah.
So anyway, and also the way that she does that is she doesn't even open her mouth. She just goes. It's like a sound, so you don't even realize it for a second. It's like, what is that? Ah, my butt cheek.
So this has just happened. I would like all three of you to take a serious blow. Take a powerful blow.
Cool.
Because yes, I mean, you say that that's not how liquefaction works, Nev, but this is a comic book.
Oh,
See, Red, I thought my entire plan here. Oh God, oh no, oh dear. Okay, so
well,
Red,
my
entire plan
says-
here was like having the bad students, like the gaggle of not quite villains but anti-heroes, defeat the evil hero turned villain, and it's a very nice little. No, they just full on went bully.
yeah.
They
Yeah.
looked at Captain Hammer and went, no, that's how I want to be.
I was
Yeah.
literally gonna switch to the good side, and they were like, "Oh, this piece of shit over here kicks me in the ribs." Like, oh, okay.
Oh dear. Okay, so we have what else do we have? Well, first off, Irene is
Yep,
actually
I
fine.
got yeah.
So how do you weather the blow?
Actually, it's my dad that takes over. If my dad hadn't done it, it would have like destroyed, it would exactly have done that. But my dad takes over, and instead of the ear sort of liquefying, he sacrifices one of his many, many, many tentacles, and that's what gets liquefied and destroyed.
Okay, and next we have I'm saving the best for last, because Hex, you are in a bit of trouble because you either lash out verbally, provoke a teammate to foolhardy action, or take advantage of your influence to inflict a condition. You're going to give ground, give Skylark an opportunity, or you struggle past the pain. Mark 2 conditions.
I'm lash out verbally. I'm going to make this situation worse.
I don't know how this is going to end. I'm glued to my seat.
Were you expecting it to be a full-on bullying session, Tav? Like,
No,
how fun
no,
bullying?
No, I was not.
Haha, let's all pick on Rosie. They got sick, they got COVID and missed a game, and now they're with these heathens. Now they're with these heathens instead of fun people like Gas, who would never hurt me.
I will say it is a little hilarious to say I didn't see this coming after you sent a faithful student after 3 people who had like 3 weeks of Joker moments.
Yeah.
Chain smoking cigarettes. and,
We've
like,
had terrible
spitting.
Joker moments.
To be fair, I was
Unfortunately,
expecting you to turn her rather than turn her evil.
She's on the winning team now. I've got you, Rosie. I got you.
She might just be on Team Liquefy, everyone.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
see.
So Hex, who are you going to provoke? Because it's one of your teammates. Skylark is decidedly currently not your teammate, so you
Oh,
can't
no.
target her.
Third Eye, definitely. I'm just gonna go. Well, it seems that I was wrong about her. Oh, I thought we were just gonna just need to lash out at someone, but this time, I feel like we should show them exactly what we plan on doing to all the professors after we get this device. I think Cthulhu magic.
yeah, Cthulhu
Yeah.
magic.
There we go.
Meanwhile, top rope,
Mm-hmm.
you get to choose either remove yourself from the situation, flee, pass out, etc., lose control of yourself or your powers in a terrible way, or 2 of the 7 to 9 options.
Yeah, let's escalate. Whatever. I'm gonna lose control of myself. I'm gonna retaliate after I finish throwing my guts out. But
Oh god, how are you going to lose control?
Question before I decide how this plays out or what I'm aiming at. You had you just nuked us pretty hard. Is there anything like force fieldy or durability ish in your suite?
I think that's aimed at Skylark.
Yeah, Skylark. Sorry.
Can you repeat the sentence? I didn't know it was aimed at me, so I
Oh,
wasn't listening to every word.
No, like that was a pretty awesome blastery attack. Can you like manipulate sound in a way to not like
Die.
worry about taking a dumpster to the face or something?
I mean, I can manipulate it pretty well. I mean, I don't know what's happening. You're addressing me pretty casually, like we're just buddies, and I almost eviscerated you. I can, in fact, yes, I can manipulate
Okay.
sound, or else everyone would just be straight goo, not just little pieces of each of you.
Oh no, yeah. So I'm just going to throw an arm past Skylark, ostensibly missing the bat blow, and I'm gonna grab a rock or something on the rebound.
Okay.
Gonna hit me with a rock? Jeez
Before,
Louise.
before all of that happens, Tav, this is a question that I have for you. If the device is destroyed, what happens to it?
It's
Do
destroyed.
we want the device destroyed, or do we want the device?
The device is Professor Penumbra's probably one real weakness. Professor Penumbra is otherwise an adult superhero, so easily able to squish a group of youngster superheroes, unless you all activate moments or something like that. And not having it would be bad. However, it's not the kind of device that would explode and take out part of the city if it was destroyed.
Okay.
But you want it.
I kind of want to destroy it, just so that nobody else can have it. sorry, Thulu parents. All right, so this is how it's gonna go. And tell me if there's rolls I need to make. Basically, in the way of the anger that Hex had poised or whatever, Irene is having a terrible couple weeks. Just just terrible. And she is normally not a bully. She's normally not like this, but she's being really, really tired. But because of this, she does aim to attack Skylark. And not done yet. And she's used a lot of Dad Thulu's powers to the point that Dad Thulu can break through her a little bit. And Dad Thulu goes, Irene, what are you doing? And I go, what, Dad? This is not how your mom raised you. This is not how your dad raised you. And I'm like, dude, I'm really tired of being bullied and pushed around. And then Dad goes, but you're not a bully. Why are you bullying Skylark or whatever that kid's name is? And I'm like, I'm just tired, Dad. And then instead of basically, I'm going to unleash my powers to destroy everything, but Dad Thulu is going to wrap around the three other people, Skylark, Hex, and Top Rope, to protect them. But I am going to aim to destroy everything else because of my anger issues.
Oh boy. Okay, I can make this work. I've got good news and I've got bad news.
Okay.
And the good news is for the audience. The bad news is for you guys. Go
Please.
ahead and roll both a defend someone and a unleash your powers, and we'll see what
Cool.
happens.
So I'm gonna roll unleash my powers.
And you get to roll both of them with your freak, I'd say.
Oh, okay. I don't know how. Can I roll it
your
again?
freak and your savior are apparently both +1, so it's fine.
Okay, that's fine. And then so I got partial success. This is the unleash my powers, and then the defend someone. All right, partial success.
Okay. So you do it, but it's unstable, I'd say. That seems like the most logical one for your unleash your powers.
Okay, cool. I'm okay with taking damage myself. So damage me, but everybody is safe.
You have a partial success when you defend someone. That is your dad stopping you from killing anyone.
Yes.
You keep them safe, but it costs you. And adding on to that, the sheer unstableness of the effect that you're summoning in. As you all look around you, suddenly bubbles appear around the three of you, Top Rope, Hex, and Skylark. Outside those bubbles, screaming begins. Third Eye, please make me take a powerful blow, as you are going to get pummeled by the tentacles that you just summoned. Do you remove yourself? Do you lose control in a terrible way? Or do you take one of the two options from 7 to 9?
I'm going to struggle past the pain. So I'm going to mark 2 conditions and also give ground to Skylark.
Okay. So, Skylark, the bubble around you fades first. Probably because that Thulu is like, what the fuck is up with these people? Hex and Top Rope, you are left struggling up against that barrier. Third Eye, the tentacles blast you back, and you end up on the other side of the street again. pummeled against the wall and you collapse for a second. You're not out of the fight, but you are in no position to do anything as wonder above wonder. Skylark ends up free, and well, you do it. So the device, as the bubble opens up, Skylark, you see a single tentacle pierce up through the device, and it's destroyed. You have the position to react now, but honestly, at this point, there is nothing more here for you.
Yeah, my reaction is, geez. And that's it.
You kind of succeeded in your mission from Professor Penumbra, not by your own doing, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm just like looking around, all the destruction everywhere, to the assholes who are bullying me or in some, barrier struggling, and I'm just like, honestly, I could be done for the day and go to sleep happy. Like, geez Louise, it sure has been ups and downs, but good golly, I think I came out on top. Good going, Sam. That's it. It's like dust off her pants, and she's like going to leave. Like, she's like, I got a lot to think about. I'm my own woman now.
Okay, so as this happens, Professor Penumbra, you receive a little message on one of your many screens that notifies you that the hard light apparatus has been destroyed, and you wonder to yourself, honestly, why didn't you destroy that in the first place?
I chose the right person for the job, clearly. She gets a promotion when she gets back. Excellent news.
As everything seems lost because of these 3 trash fires. Am I wrong? We're going to go
trash fires.
So, we will be right back with the conclusion of whatever this is.
A few minutes later.
Okay, so jokes aside, I am actually, just so the audience knows this as well, addressing the audience here, because I've addressed the players about this already. I am absolutely not mad at my players here. While they have gone completely off script, they have done so in quite a funny way. So it's still a good game. Just it's time for some fixing, eh? So as we return, where were we? Oh yeah, right. Third Eye smacked against the wall. Top Rope and Hex, bubbles of this oozy purplish goo around you, holding you inside. Skylark, free. What would you like to do, Skylark? You have the opportunity right now.
Okay, well, she, as I'm sure you all have noticed, she was wearing a horrible cheap wig. She was trying to be dramatic. She wanted to be cool. So she's walking away because she's like essentially done with this. Like, she thought that she needed the approval of Mommy Penumbra, but now she's like, do I really though? Because I did forget how like I am actually pretty powerful. I am pretty cool. So she's like, well, this whole situation's done. I'm honestly gonna go grab some ice cream because this was a lot emotionally.
One thing with your superhearing power, because this is something the rest hasn't noticed quite yet, but you notice helicopters in the sky, news helicopters. And you can hear the voices of the news anchors inside, who have been reporting on this incident, basically from the start part where people started bullying. This is not a good look for Hex, Top Rope, and Third Eye. Especially with the whole summoning evil monsters thing that ended with 20% of the viewers going insane for a few days. Skylark is heading. Are you heading to? Well, is heading to ice cream. But after
Yeah,
that,
I'm gonna go to
is
an.
she heading back to the high school, to the school, or is she doing something else?
She honestly doesn't feel like she feels like if she is needed again, because it's not like she was contracted really by Professor Penumbra. She was literally just like, I have a task of you, and she's like, well, I accomplished that task. I'm gonna go get my dairy fix and go on home. Maybe watch a TV show. I did good today.
So yeah.
So that's her
you
plan.
head up-
Her plan is to leave, but I'm sure she won't be able to.
Oh no! If you want to detach yourself from the situation, we see Skylark making her way off screen. As at this point,
Before that, if it's possible, you do hear Dad Dulu speak
okay,
to you, Skylark. You hear it's not the angry thing that Irene is used to. It's kind of quiet. And they go, apologies for my daughter.
apologies for my daughter. Apologies.
And I'm just like, thanks, voice in my head, or maybe all around me. Honestly, weird person to do this with. I got like hearing stuff, so
You don't actually. Your hearing stuff is actually not picking up any of this. It's happening in your mind. This is weird.
Oh, geez, wow. Thanks, brain daddy. I sure appreciate the apology. I don't think I'll get one from anyone present, so that sure does feel nice, gotta say.
I'm working on it.
I'm working on it. It's going to be done.
Haha. I know that's supposed to be a good thing, but golly, oh, is that a weird thing to hear in the afternoon?
Find them.
I hate this. Hey, brain daddy, I hate this. Thanks for the pep
No.
talk. I gotta go.
Don't.
Don't. You need to stay here. Keep yourself from moving away.
She just stopped.
I didn't mean
Just like,
to scare you.
Sorry. I am sorry. Do not fear. Be not afraid. Be not afraid.
I think this is supposed to be a good thing, but this is a lot. Irene, can you get your dad out of my head, please?
If you could reach her, wake her up. I'll stop.
Wake her
Okay,
up.
is she?
Wake her up. Kick her awake. Make sure she wakes.
Oh, I can just say, oh, are you?
Don't harm her.
No, is she?
Or else.
Are you? Irene, there's a choice pair of boobs over here. Irene.
Irene is not awake right now. Irene,
No.
in
Jeez,
fact, is
all my intel.
feeling herself sinking.
Oh,
As in sinking through a deep marsh. Normally a comforting feeling. However, right now, it's cold. Icy cold. Like a glare of disapproval. From someone whose approval you always so desperately seek. And you find yourself in this non-Euclidean realm of horrors, in front of this maddening combination of a mass of tentacles and the most daddy of plates, as in like one of those dad style
My dad.
plates.
Oh my god.
So, what do you have to say for yourself, daughter?
I'm not gonna apologize for what I did, Dad.
Well, you had better. What What? This is not how we raised you.
Well, you didn't raise me. You weren't here.
I was always there with you. In here. And one tentacle slithers out and touches you on the forehead.
Where you only saw one slithering track in the sand. That is
That's what
where
I
I
was
picked
staring
you
you.
up.
Don't make me laugh without whiskey in my mouth.
And I was mad, Dad. I was angry and I didn't know what was happening. And I took it out.
And so you lash out at the innocent?
She was gonna kill us.
Was she?
I don't know. Didn't she say she was?
I looked inside her mind.
You
Skylar,
really should stop doing that.
were you intentional? Was your intention to kill? I don't think it was, right?
It was not. My intention was to join the heroes, and they fucked it up.
There is light in that one. Sickening light, but light. She meant you no harm. You could have made a friend here, daughter.
I love how he calls me daughter.
He's angry.
He actually can't pronounce Irene. Like, you know how like the old tongue, it's like full of really hard. He can't say your name. To you, you are the unspeakable one.
Perfect. What do you want me to do, Dad? I think it's too late.
It's never too late to apologize. Did you even try before lashing out with the powers I gave you?
No.
Right. That's right. You just used and abused all that massive power that you got to help. You know we're not the villains here, even though our powers do make people insane.
I'm sorry, Dad. I have no excuse.
Well, you should be. And you're going to solve this. And you're going to solve this by yourself, Irene Dallasay. And he touches your head again, and you feel power being sucked out of you. As your connection with the Eldritch is severed. For a moment, maybe longer. You fucked up, and you come back up, and you feel weak. That power that you had been using as a crutch that made you stronger than other people, that allowed you to push Skylark around, gone. Skylark, you see Third Eye wake up with a start. How does Third Eye react to her power being taken away?
At first, it was fear. She's never felt this weak ever. Not since she realized that she was a daughter of Cthulhu. And it was scary. Terrified. She's never been this terrified in her life. And she sees Skylark looking at her.
Wake up, there's boobs over here, please. Your dad's in my head, please.
I do look at the boobs, and I'm like, oh, boobs. No. Skylark. I'm sorry.
And is your dad gone?
I think so.
Okay, great. Then I accept your apology. He seems nice, but he's scary. Good gosh.
Yeah.
So as this conversation is happening, by the way, Hex, your phone beeps. It's Goon. I saw what you did. How could you? And you have been blocked from sending messages to this user.
I love that got a stronger reaction than Irene losing her powers.
It's fine, I deserved it, but wow!
You see Hex put a bunch of cards on the ground. Azite, Martinet, Itve, Alpha, Duvle. Okay. You know, I think that was right. I didn't fit into the school anyways. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to give up these cards willingly. But I'm going to give all these powers to every villain in the city. And that is what I want to do. I want to amplify the powers of every villain in the city is what I want to do.
Okay.
These powers
I'm
suck.
not sure if you can even do that with unleash your powers. I think that would be a moment.
That would be moment. Okay,
He's
that's
literally
fine.
unleashing them.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have a moment available right now, right? Or an advance to take a moment.
Nah, I don't. Did I have an advance? I don't know. I know I had some earlier.
I think Goon actually gave you an advance.
You,
You evil.
I mean, if
evil
you're a
person.
scion, that is your moment. If you're like, I don't know.
Yeah, you can use the advance that Goon gave you to take your moment now,
Yeah.
if this is what you want to do.
That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, he's giving up the powers. He's just like, you know what? This is a lot. I don't think I'm ready for all of this. And he's just gonna go and, you know what? I think a lot more people can do a lot more whatever they want with this. And he's just gonna unleash it.
Yeah. As you start doing that, there's another ping on your phone. Something that was sent like a minute or two ago from your dad. Saw what you did. Proud of you. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Oh, now.
And
now I
as
get
you
that.
see that, the powers expand out into the city. So, Penumbra, you're getting a power boost. I don't think you need it, but Penumbra is getting a power boost. Hex, you feel the power leaving your body as your power was never yours. It was in the cards. And as each of the cards shrivels up and a little spark of darkness flits out of it, you hear the screeching of whatever this energy is as it explodes forward and around the city. Not just some of them go into the heart of a villain and empower them, give them a little bit of magic, but quite a few find villainously inclined mortals. As a new generation of magic-based villain is created by Hex. And you, feeling the last of the power slip from you, slump forward as you go knockout. That's a lot of power to lose. Top Rope, you're looking around you and seeing all this happening. Is there someone who would be watching?
You know, there's nobody that really, I think, meaningfully could pull them back from the edge right now.
Okay.
Because, yeah, and if somebody tries to like put the camera on them or something, else, nope. You came and said that you have taken a kill order from somebody that has ruined our lives for the past several weeks. Yeah, mutilated all of us for making you feel bad about it. If this is what we're defending, I'm gone.
So top rope is just piecing out.
I think, yeah, I am going to, yeah, I think I'm just, piecing out, essentially.
Yeah, that's completely fair. Yeah. Later, Top Rope, Hex, and Third Eye will all be known as members of the Terror Three, a group of villains who, when the city was at its darkest hour, just twisted the knife ever so slightly harder. Hex, you end up in the same place as your father. Confined to house arrest, but not imprisoned in a serious prison because, well, you don't have powers. A relatively calm and peaceful life, but not one of heroics or villainy. Top Rope, you go on the run and probably become like a recurring villain who might eventually be saved. Third Eye, you still have a chance. So we're going to quickly resolve your conversation with Skylark.
Skylark,
Yeah.
I don't have any powers left.
No, geez.
I want to make it up to you, I guess.
I mean, I was about to go get some ice cream. Do you like ice cream?
I do, actually.
Oh, well, I got a summer job too over at the newspaper, so I got some extra dosh. I'll pay for you. You can even get a double scoop.
Oh, that's really sweet. And I'm going to take off my leather jacket and just drop it on the ground and walk with you.
Yay! We hold hands.
We do hold hands.
Yay. See, Skylark is great and nice and sweet and a good person.
So, as Skylark and Third Eye make their way off, the Terror 3 now fully dissolved. There's still the matter of Professor Penumbra. Because even though sometimes heroes are trash, the world keeps spinning. And part of the spinning world was a certain prison break. Many heroes were freed, including adult heroes who were not at all on the side of Professor Penumbra. Players aren't involved in this fight, so there's no dice rolling or anything. But hey, Darcy, we have you here anyway. You want to give a villainous speech?
I wasn't prepared for this. I didn't think it would go so well. Just goes to show that you should always trust in the most unlikely of servants. And never, ever underestimate the power that people have to tear each other down in the face of an even larger threat.
As she is saying this, the thing she doesn't notice is the many heroes and villains alike who are marching up on the academy. Villainy, even if heroes are valuable, does come to the fall. And as we end Superhero Subtember, a unlikely group of heroes did not succeed in stopping Professor Penumbra. I was about to say slaying, but that isn't very heroic. However, the effects of all the other heroes who did the work definitely succeeded in dealing with the problem. Penumbra and Aegis both fall after a long battle. One that is certainly longer than if the Heartlight apparatus wasn't destroyed. Halcyon City falls under different management. Good? Maybe not, but better than Penumbra's Reign of Shadows. That leaves one final thing. As Third Eye and Skylark exit the ice creamery, in your pocket, you feel one card that hasn't been destroyed. The glass bubble. The one card that nerfs that Tulu.
I am going to bring it out. And I am going to, I don't know, maybe try and reach out to my dad. And I'm going to say, hey, I know the choices that I made today, the choices that we made today, definitely was not good. And I'm pretty sure it's going to cause a lot of problems. But do you still want to be with us? With the mom and me?
At this, that disapproving cold glare that you felt earlier disappears. Because he's still your dad. And while dads can disapprove and be angry at their children for being absolute jerk faces, they are still fathers, even the Eldritch Abominations. And we fast forward in time as we see Dad Thulu, Third Eye, and Mum. I don't know what your mother was called again.
Mrs. Delisai.
And Mrs. Delisai sitting at the dinner table. Dad Thulu looks weird for a human, but remarkably human. I've got one question, because he would have invited you. Is Skylark sitting at the dinner table as well?
I really hope my girlfriend is sitting at the table.
So, as we see...
Yes!
Yes!
As we see Skylark and Third Eye sitting at the table, we zoom out to the city, a city that goes on no matter what happens to it. We zoom out to the world at large, and ever further into the distance of the universe. And with that, we end. Albeit a bit rocky, this episode of Superhero September and the total story of Superhero September. I do hope you all had fun.
Hey, I still got my romance thing happen, so I'm pretty great.
Thank you all for playing. Thank you all for watching. We still have a bar stream to decompress. We didn't hit the $1,000 goal for the Smasher Pass, but you know what? Mole worked very hard on that, so we're smashing and we're passing. Apparently, there's a bunch of heroes and villains that he had set up for us. So we're just going to finish this one out here, and then I'm going to start doing the setup for that, which will take 15 or so minutes. So first off, remember that we have a giveaway going. That giveaway will end soon. So get your stuff in. It ends when we are through all of the people. Starting with Rosie, what do? How be? Mouse game?
Rosie do a mouse game, also soup game. That's me. Make tiny little TTRPGs, very cute and small and tiny. Very good. Have been told is good game. Also cute mice soup. Make friends. Good. Also wow. Back to you,
Also,
Tab.
thanks, Gaynor, for the $10. What is the $10 for? Do you want a message on the screen? Because you can have a message on the screen.
It says bullying is wrong.
Don't do it, but if you do, make them your girlfriend.
It works every time.
That's how I met your mother.
Enemies to lovers IRL.
Real quickly. Yes.
Next up, Crow. Where can people find you? And what do you do outside of making young heroes cry?
Hi, I'm Crow. You can find me at XROW Crow, Crow with a K. I'm everywhere, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch, and I do a lot of storytelling like this. So, with a lot less superheroes crying.
Next up, Lamatic. And now tell me how to pronounce that thing, because I actually.
Oh yeah, no, Lamatits, and like 1,000 people in the world still speak that language. So don't even worry about it. But no, if you search, if you search that on basically any social media except for Instagram and Facebook, you'll probably find me. And yeah, I can't really promise that it'll get more. It'll be fun, but yeah, no, emotional violence for fun is kind of my brand. Like. It's usually a lot less targeted at a person that has not expressly committed to that role. But yeah, I just do a lot of like video games and community building for RPGs in Native circles. So if you're Native Americans, DM me if you want to get in our Discord.
Awesome. If you want, I can drop a link to that Discord in Twitch chat in a bit if you just send it to me.
Oh no, it's one of those like hush hush deals.
Gotcha. Understood. In that case, definitely not. Just want to offer. Yes.
Oh no, appreciate it.
Glaza, where can people find you? What do? Should people cast you?
Yes, I am Glyza. I go by they, them. I am a person of many hats. I'm a podcast host. I'm a writer. I'm a variety streamer. I'm a talk show host of a show called Trial Run. And Trial Run is a show where I interview different TTRPG personalities, players, GMs, designers, and everything else in between. I create a short one-shot with them and run them through that quick one-shot with that character that they created with me as well. Speaking of TTRPG personalities, I am one as well. Basically, you can check out all of my stuff by going through bio.link/classical Glyza, because that's where I have all my schedules up. I usually update them every Sunday. I haven't updated them in a while because I am going to go on break starting on Wednesday, so I won't be online anywhere because I'm going on a unplugged sabbatical break because I need it. But you can just check me out on at Classical Glyza everywhere on all of the interwebs, especially Twitter, because I do make all of my announcement there. I am occasionally hilarious. I try to be a delight, and I am. There's also a reason why I became a little bit bad this time. I am entering my villain era because I'm going to be cast in a lot of villain-ish. Maybe I shouldn't have come in this game with that mindset. I apologize, but I did still get a girlfriend, so I think we all won in the end. Thank you very much.
And finally, Darcy, can you give us your best evil villain laugh?
Now, listen, I'm not saying that I've been practicing it in the shower or anything like that, but